Hi, I'm Kevin Bacon. I played Jackie Rohr on City on a Hill.
Chuck MacLean, creator and executive producer. City on a Hill is about the transformation of the concept of justice in Boston throughout the 90s. Within 10 years, Boston went from being a national joke to being the model way a city was run.
Fellas.
And here comes trouble.
Decourcy Ward, Jackie Rohr, FBI. You mind if I call you D?
Jackie Rohr, he's in the Boston FBI. He is a man who is doing things according to his own set of rules. What he hasn't read or know about, he just makes up because he's an excellent bullshitter.
Above all else, Bostonians respect professionalism. So basically, if someone's good at their job, they'll put up with anything, and Jackie's really good at his job. So despite the fact that a lot of the characters in there probably personally hate him, they respect him for that.
And the writing is so good and the character is so perfectly drawn that I see him. It's just all there.
Thank you.
That's a Boston move right there.
Yeah, that's fine. So what we've seen up to this point is Jackie Rohr has basically tried to pull, a backroom kind of deal that for his entire career he's gotten away with impunity. It's never really a challenge. And Decourcy Ward is the first person in a long time that said no. And so for this very small favor that Jackie has been denied, he has tried to ruin Decourcy's career. And he's done it very artfully. Basically cut a deal that's mutually beneficial to both of them.
Donato and Jula.
This just feels like an iconic kind of Boston location, and it photographed really, really nicely.
That's the Parker House.
Parker House Hotel.
It was really important to shoot in this bar specifically. Being in the last hurrah and what that place was at this time period that was a hill I was going to die on.
This motherfucker was gonna fuck me up. And he sees this.
Aldis is now stalking and walking into my world and basically kind of taking control of this situation. So hearing, me going on with this bullshit, before you actually see me is actually exactly the right way to cut this scene.
What the fuck are you thinking about? And I say, irony abounds.
Irony abounds. That's a good line. What's that from?
I feel like one of the things I really like about City on the Hill is that it's populated with people just like this, and like him as well. He's so perfectly cast. You have to always remember that these one-line parts are really important, and you kind of think to yourself, well, you got Aldis Hodge and me, and all that can get really, really undercut if all of our day players and all of our smaller roles are just not authentic.
Arthur Bremer. He shot Wallace.
Now, you see this guy here? This is Decourcy Ward. This is the next mayor of Boston.
That'll be the day.
Thanks for the drink.
Was that your priest?
Yeah, he cleans up real good come Sunday. What can I do for you, D?
This is what we call a 50-50, right? It's like a shot where the two of us would be looking at each other like this. I get a little worried about those shots because you only see one eye. But there are times it's about this 50-50. It's about facing off. And so in some ways, a 50-50 is like the best way to tell the story.
We got off on the left foot. What I should have done, I realize now, is ask for a quid pro quo.
We never discussed him touching me, and just all of a sudden in the middle of a take, he just started going like this, onto my jacket. And a lot of what this show and a lot of what this scene is about is a power struggle between these two men. So it is a slightly condescending move that he's doing to actually smooth my thing, and he's invading my space and touching me. And I loved it because I was like, whoa, okay.
What do you want?
My way, which I got.
No, but, long term.
Honestly, I want to sail 8 years to my pension, get a job in private security somewhere.
I don't think that's 100% sincere. I want to sail to my pension. I think what I want is a parade. I want some glory,
In a case like this, you can coast on just like you coasted on Angulo in '83.
He accuses me or points out that for many years I've been coasting on this one bust that I was really instrumental in. He basically offers me, he says, listen, if you help me with this, you can keep coasting on that same bust. And it's an insult. I can look at him and see that he can play too. I really want to make sure that this moment lands, and actually asked him to come around and do it as a get out of the 50-50 for it.
Guards still missing.
It's maybe not every actor in the world that recognizes that as a moment, but it's certainly not every actor in the world that can go up to a director and say, I want that shot.
Mm-hmm. And this particular do-si-do, as we like to call it, that Aldis does, I remember I was kind of resistant to it because I sort of felt like it was an unmotivated thing. But what I realized was that when I see it, I love it because he comes and he steps around behind me, and there's this moment where I'm like, why? What's this guy doing? Like, he's kind of putting me off balance by shifting. It would be like if we're sitting here and all of a sudden I just kind of start talking behind you like that.
Yeah,
it's like
forces you to respond.
Yeah. It's like a kind of stalking sort of move. And now I think it works great.
Still missing.
You're friends with a federal prosecutor. What the fuck do you need me for?
I don't want this investigation taken from me. I want to run it. And I don't want to just bury who did it, no. I want to go into Charlestown and I want to fuck that place up.
Decourcy is not someone who uses that word that often. Even in the course of this pilot, when you hear that come out of his mouth, it has more impact than if he was someone that had talked like Jackie. He has ambition. Once I sense that from him, what goes through my mind is, oh, okay, well, that I can work with.
And the relationship only grows from here. So the rest of the series is kind of dictated by this moment. If Jackie hadn't listened or Decourcy hadn't made the effort, there isn't a show.
What about your boss?
Fuck him. Fuck all of them. Fuck anyone else who gets in my way. Mac, you got a whiskey neat.
Now, you see, this is good. This means you're learning.
Make sure you check out City on a Hill on Showtime.
Don't fucking miss it.
What he said.